I miss the artist that puts a project out and then they push that project out. I'm trying to think of there's a specific artist that I'm trying to think of, and I don't know why it's not. I think because I've connected with so many artists. Like, I've been doing media for 20 years, so I mean, but essentially what I'm getting at is this dude. He put an album out, and literally for like 3 years, he was pushing this project. So by the end of that 3 years, I think he had probably released at least 9 or 10 of the tracks off of the album as singles. And they all did respectfully good. Just in terms of, obviously pushing his brand and kept them fresh and, kept them relevant for that 3 years that he hadn't put a project out because he still was pushing that project. And then, once he finished that one, then he was able to kind of move on to the next project. And, I kind of missed that day when artists really did that. Like, artists will put an album out now and shit, they'll drop another one next month. I was just looking back, and I think this was part of his strategy, obviously, but Nas released I Am back in April 6th, 1999. And then like 6 months later to the day he dropped Nostradamus. But I think that was the plan though, because I Am was actually supposed to be a double. It was supposed to be a double album, but a lot of it had leaked. So when it leaked, then he went and re-recorded, and then he released one in April, and then he released the other one like in November. But so I think that kind of was the plan anyway. But you still have a lot of artists that will drop a project now and they'll drop another one in 3 weeks, and it's like, why? Like it's kind of just throwing your music away, and really oversaturating to a point where people will quickly get sick of you. And then you have like 60 tracks that you put out here in a month, and people are only listening to 2 of them. Where do you feel like you want to go, just artistically? Like, where do you feel like you want to go moving forward? I mean, we could say 5-10 years, but what do you really envision as your future now that, obviously you're not 20. I don't think that you're ever too old to really get into this and do it if if you do it the right way. But I think that a lot of ground has been broken just in general, because I think that, and you and I more than likely are probably in the same age bracket or whatnot. I think that years ago people would have said that by now, like, rap is over for us. But you've proven a lot of people wrong, and obviously people before you, the Jay-Z's, the Snoops, the people that, like, they're proving people wrong as far as hip hop and all of that. But what do you see for your future now that you're really kind of just getting started again? Like, you're a new artist again.
Right. I definitely want to keep dropping really dope projects. I want to tour. A lot of features. I just want to stay busy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I just felt like the universe was talking to me watching that Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah.
And I was just
like, what did you like? In what ways did that show inspire you?
It was cool because before I even really knew about the Super Bowl, I was already in process of recording. So I was already like probably 10, 15 songs in recording almost. And when that popped off, I'm like, yo, this it, man. Like, I'm about to do this shit. So,
yeah. I thought the show was dope overall.
Yeah.
I kind of hate to say that I can go to any game, whether it's football game, basketball game, baseball game, and like have a blast and really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I cannot watch any game on TV.
No.
Like I can't. So I will tell you flat out that I only watch the Super Bowl for the halftime.
Man.
And I Uber, so
I get it.
I actually had gone to Akron to meet with some family about a family reunion that day. So like I literally watched the halftime show riding down 77.
Gotcha.
No, I was riding down 77 and I got the Spectrum app and I just just pulled it up on the phone and put the phone on the holder and I watched the halftime show while I was driving down the highway. But like I literally watched for that. So like I actually really enjoyed it. Yeah, obviously some of it was when you look at the Mary J side of it, it was old music and whatnot. But I just thought it was dope. I thought the concept of it was dope. You know, how they pulled all of them together, which everybody obviously is linked and connected to Dr. Dre. For the short time that they had to put it together, I thought that it came across really, really good. And I think it's a good inspirational thing for any other artist that, you know, is looking to do that. Like we had the whole Super Bowl halftime show. Like I thought that shit was dope. What do you feel career-wise? Like, do you feel like there's anything hindering you now?
No, nothing at all, man. It's so crazy because I tell my kids every day to believe in themselves.
Right.
I truly do believe in myself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to real quick because I actually follow Mr. Football.
Yeah.
We was just talking about it out there.
Well, I have for about a week. Like I love doing this.
Listen.
I'm gonna keep it gangster with you because a lot of people will connect with you and email you and they be like, "Yeah, I've been following for so long, man." I just caught on like a week ago. But that's why I love doing this show because this is how I'm meeting the local artists. This is how I'm meeting y'all and bringing people in instead of me just doing the mainstreams all the time. This is how I get to.
I love this platform.
Yeah, but go ahead, man.
Oh no, yeah, like about when did you say you took your break?
I want to say about maybe
10 years ago, exactly. And that's, you know, it's funny. I just said about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I had heard about it. And I'm like, I know the name because I forget where it was, but I know it was a bunch of different artists that performed in Youngstown. And I remember him being the most appreciated artist of the night. You know what I'm saying? I remember me and my cousin riding home and was like, yo, man, that dude, Mr. Fofo, dope. Like, you know, kind of like, we appreciated just the lyrical part of how his cadence of it, his lyrics, and the presence of being conscious, of being accurate with how you ran your rhymes together. And it was just like, to us, we didn't really see that much of that. And that's what we were aspired to be like. And we ran into that. I remember we had the CD, like you just handed us the CD a second ago, just the same way. And then you say you took a 10-year break. And it's funny because this whole time I was wondering what happened. Like,
right.
I've been on the hunt. Like, what happened to Mr. Football? I just knew. I'm like, he gonna blow. I remember saying on the way home, like, man, he gonna make it, man. You know.
I think and again, you know, kind of going back to, you know, obviously your reasons for stepping away. Like, I think that's mad dope, man. Like, I think it's mad dope to be doing something that is your passion and you feel like this is what you want to do and this is your calling, and then you put it down because you got kids.
I did the same thing because I raised two of my sister's kids, and that was started about 10 years ago.
And I think that's amazing shit. And I think that we're starting to see more of that. Just, I don't want to say just in the industry, but I think that we're starting to see more of that. I'm actually trying to. I had Faith Evans, and she did I actually did a whole issue with her because I published a magazine too. So I actually did a full issue with her for her debut album, the 20th anniversary. So this was like back in 2015, but she's been speaking up a little bit more as of recent because like the last 3 years, you know, obviously she hasn't really done much. She did The Masked Singer over the past couple months, but the reality is she hadn't really done a lot, and she's speaking more as to why she hasn't done anything. Like she stepped away from the music for a little bit because her son is autistic, and he's older now, and she's kind of been battling with the school systems and whatnot, and you know, just getting him assistance and that kind of stuff. And you know, obviously we hear about people's kids being on the spectrum and that type of thing and whatnot, but nobody ever really speaks on it. And it's cool to actually hear her talking a little bit about it now and just why she stepped away from music and why she doesn't really do very much unless it's kind of within earshot of the house or whatever, because she want to be around to pick them up from school and be at the, and that stuff matters.
It matters, man.
Autistic or not, like that stuff matters. Like,
I remember,
ain't a thing wrong with him, but on the same token, He want me to be at his baseball games, or he want me to be at his basketball games, or he want me to be there when he's playing in the band or whatever. Even if they only got a 15-minute show, he want me to be there to see him play.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff helps in their development and their self-esteem and their confidence and all of that stuff. So
it's so important
to be able to say all that you've done just in that realm, like you ain't got no choice but to be successful with what you're doing now because you was willing to sacrifice it and just put that to the side to worry about what was more important.
Right.
And now you're able to get back to it because they're at an age now where they can kind of look out for themselves.
Yeah.
And they don't want you to be around no one.
Right.
His mom would always say, like, well, you come over and you gone and you doing it. And I'm like, I get it, but I still gotta work and make some money somewhere.
Yeah.
And on the same token, when I'm there, he don't want me to be there no way. He plays on PlayStation with his cousins or whoever else, and I'm sitting somewhere asleep because he was right. He was just on it last night.
Yeah.
But it's weird. I'm kind of moving backwards, almost like a Benjamin Button type of shit. So I just bought a PS5. I bought him a PS5 like maybe a month ago, 3 weeks to a month ago. And I done fucked around and went and bought me one. And I've been turning my basement, like kind of at the start of the pandemic, I started turning my basement like into a little game room, arcade and all that. So I have like a ton of the tall, arcade games. So I keep buying arcade games for the basement, and a pool table down there, 85-inch TV and all this other little shit. And then I'm actually buying a barber chair so that then my barber said he'll start coming to the house and cutting my hair. I'm turning this into like a real man cave. But it's like, it's cool to see the stuff that we can do, once we kind of raised our kids and got them to where they are. And it's cool that you're able to get back to this place where you're doing what you really love. And again, like that love, like truly and purely comes across in what I've seen, what I've heard just in the one song. So I guarantee you, I'm ripping this plastic off and putting this in the CD player. I actually want to play your song because obviously we only got 15 minutes left on the show, but I want to play your song, have you talk a little bit about that, and then we'll close out. Cool. And you got it, right? I know I sent it again.
Yeah, man, don't ever doubt yourself for nothing. I love when people tell me I can't do something. Don't ever let anybody put their limitations on you. I was born for this, man. Watch. Tracks on crack on the mic, I'm a criminal. Overall radar, man, I'm subliminal. Right over the wall, I'm finna do it right now. To a maker, stack on my name, a boy, I'm a kid. Signature on the bullet, boy, I'm a senator. Fresh big kicks through the hood and stomping with a status like OG, Bob Johnson. All I need is one mic, a stage front like opportunity to show you that I'm real, no hype. Keep it gutter like a mother, flow smooth like butter. Rest in peace to my brother, brother, never be another. Over here when I hover, undercover when I love her. But I like the real feel, so I never wear rubber. I am not a gangster, I am not a fool. I just do my grown man, see you real soon. No chains on my neck, no gold in my teeth. But when I spit, man, I put my soul on the beat 100. I ain't gotta take a mask off. A full focus show, I can rap my ass off. Yeah, rap my ass off. I can rap my ass off. Rap my ass off. I can rap my ass off. Rap my ass off. I can rap my ass off. Period, point blank. Yeah, I can rap my ass off. Got a few friends, but way more enemies. Swear to God, I'm ill, but yet I got the remedy. Plus, I got a tendency to leave you with an engine. Scar the whole side of your face and you remember me. Hopping out a nice whip, rocking me a nice bitch. I'm a father first, to the rapper, that's right. Yo, diamonds in my ear, both sides, what it do? My daughter got a fresh pair, son, you city on back, wearing like a tattoo. Lay underneath with a full statue. On the red tours, buying you a few balls from my homies like I played the kind that make noise. Games, I don't play around, not to one. Daddy with a pistol, I'm a son for son. I am not a gangster, I am not a fool. I just do my grown man, see you real soon. No chains on my neck, no gold in my teeth. But when I spit, man, I put my soul on the beat. 100, I ain't gotta take a mask off. A full show, I can rap my ass off. Yeah, rap my ass off. I can rap my ass off. Yeah, rap my ass off. I can rap my ass off. Yeah, rap my ass off. I can rap my ass off. Yeah, point blank. Yeah, I can rap my ass off. Chains on my neck, no gold in my teeth. But when I spit, man, I put my soul on the beat. 100, I ain't gotta take a mask off. A full focus show, I can rap my ass off.
Rap my ass off, I can rap my ass off. Rap my ass off, I can rap my ass off. I can rap my ass off, I can rap my ass off.
And that's like the next thing. So listen, man, I know we talked all through the song. I've listened to it enough on my way here and throughout the week that like I think it's really, really amazing. Why did you pick that as the first song to push out?
Yo, that shit hard.
Hey, I appreciate you. I'm gonna keep 100 with you, man. My kids did. It's like
I like that.
They helping. They keeping you on the straight and narrow path.
But your kids will though. You and they, not only that, but they gonna tell you, they gonna give you the raw real.
When I picked the 6 that I wanted, and I'm like, we all in the living room playing it. And every time I played that one, man, they just went crazy. I'm like, this is, you know.
How hard was it to pick 6 songs? Because I know you have a lot of songs.
Man, it really was hard, man. One producer I was working with, like, dude, you gotta make a choice, man. I'm like, I know. But I was just like, you know what? Once I got the title, then I started grabbing the 6 off that title.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, how can I spin this to License to Rhyme?
Yeah.
Just went like that.
I think it's amazing, man. I mean, number one, I just love music and I love entertainment. I love media, like I love interviewing. So I think this is dope. But just, I love that overall process. And obviously, I don't know shit about making music and all of that, but I just love the overall process of putting the albums together. And when I was telling you about the issue that I did with Faith Evans. So the idea that I had with that issue was that I'm gonna reach out to everybody that had anything to do with her debut album and try to interview whoever I can get. So like, I was able to get her. I was able to get some of the members of 112. I got a lot of the producers on the back end. So like Sir Charles, like a lot of the what's his name? It's a handful of people that produced like a lot of her album, but then they also produced a lot of My Life for Mary. And so because obviously they was kind of the same camp, but they wasn't both sides signed to Bad Boy, but they worked with a lot of the same producers. So a lot of the same people that worked on her album worked on the 112s and the Biggies and the all the other people too. So it was cool just to see that overall process of the artist recording the music, but then on the back end actually mastering and engineering and putting it together and figuring out what goes where. And how did you feel like you wanted to reach the audience with this project? Like, what did you want them to take away from it, aside from the fact that, okay, this dude is nice, like he really got it? Like, what do you feel like you really wanted them to take away?
That I'm a true MC. I think a rapper is one thing, but I think an MC is a little different.
Right.
And I just wanted to be known like, yo, Fofo is an MC.
I feel that.
So I try to touch a lot. Like it's a little bit of boom bap on here, old school hip hop, and some kind of southern flavor on here. Kind of trap a little bit on here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I try to touch everything, like, but I try to bring the MC element to everything that I touch on.
I like the way that you separated the rapper from the MC.
Yeah.
Because I think in that mind state when it comes to meet like press and media and doing all of this stuff. And I think that there's a very big difference between a media representative or a media personality and a true journalist.
Gotcha.
It's a lot of cats out here that are doing media and they're doing interviews, and it's not true journalism. I don't give a fuck what they talking about, and they can say what they want to.
Right.
But journalism is supposed to be, you're not supposed to interject your feelings into it. You're supposed to be able to, obviously report on this person and promote this person and do whatever. And if you don't really give a fuck about them, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, you have that right to not really give a fuck about them, but that's not supposed to come across and
Right.
really report it.
Right.
And you see a lot of media people out here that are some of the biggest media people, but they like, man, fuck him, and I don't give a fuck about him, and he could do this and whatever. And it is what it is.
Right.
But there's a difference. And there's a difference, and I consider myself to be a true journalist. So, like, I really, really, really appreciate what it is that you're doing. I think that I think you have a major future. Like, I see so much brightness, like, in what it is that you're doing. My last question: what do you feel? And I want to take it back to the overall importance of everything that you're doing. What do you feel is the one thing that your kids have learned from you doing this, and coming back into it? And I know they get a lot of jewels from you. What's that one ultimate thing that is gonna help them to survive in this world? Like, what do you think that they got from your whole journey?
The never give up attitude. So I tell them all the time, never give up, and keep pushing yourself. You're stronger than you think you are. I say that probably every other day. They get tired of me saying that. But you're stronger than you think you are, man. You really do, man. Sometimes life throws some obstacles at you, different tragedies you go through.
Right.
I mean, me being older, I can tell them about that, and it's also make you stronger. Like, literally, that saying, "What don't kill you make you stronger." It really do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. I know I've said it a couple times, but like, genuinely from the heart, like, I really, really appreciate you, not only for what you do, but for you coming here to the show.
Yeah.
Me doing this platform and being connected with the people that I'm connected with to get my guests and whatnot. Like, and Erwin Shonda, I know she's listening, and I know she know I'm talking about her.
Yeah.
I could not get dope people like you here
Shout out
without her. So definitely shout her out. This young lady, this ray of sunshine that just walked in here, that is Reese. She actually does the next show, Real Talk with Reese. But you're the first that I'm actually really telling about this publicly.
Okay.
I'm actually putting a show together. Well, the two of us are putting a show together, a visual show.
Okay.
We are set in a movie theater with an audience. We will film, stage setup, couches, TV on the wall, fireplace.
All right.
It's all coming together. I want you to come and be a guest on there.
Absolutely.
We will feed you. So I got a chef on board already who will cook some serious food. It won't be McDonald's or KFC or nothing like that. Like, we pull it together. We got all this together, and we've been working kind of behind the scenes on pulling this together. It's called Buzzworthy. Yeah, it's called Buzzworthy, or that's the running title right now. But we're just getting our crew together, and potentially we'll be on the streaming network. So we're just waiting on all of that to come together over the next few weeks or next couple months. And we have our location. Actually, we already got our location. So we ready to shoot. We just went and looked at the theater last week. So we are ready to shoot and get a stage person to set our stage up and get everything together. So we want you to come on the show.
Count me.
Like, you're one of the people that we want to have there.
Absolutely.
And this is like a relaxed, come sit down, sit on the couch, eat, fireplace, TV's on the wall, chilling, guests, hand-picked guests. It's gonna go down, man. So I appreciate you coming on. I want you to shout, obviously, your website, hitmr44.com.
Yes.
And your social media.
Anything got something to do with my music, you can check it out at hitmr44.com. It's License to Rhyme is everywhere, online, everywhere. Shout out to Primal Rage. Shout out to Eric Shonda for making it happen for me. I appreciate you. And yeah, man.
I'm glad you said Primal Rage too, because I'm like, again, the proper grammar in me. I'm like, I said, I'm just not even gonna say that.
You think I'm gonna get away with one of them?
Huh?
You don't let me do it on.
I don't think you is.
You look like what's going on.
He was. I think he wants you to flow for him.
Oh yeah. This beat hit all the artists.
And look, before we start flowing, I'm gonna say to everybody that's listening, I appreciate everybody tuning in today. Again, we had a late start. We started at noon today, so we gave you a solid hour. We've been here live with Mr. 44 here on the Entertainment Club. We are actually closing out now because we're getting ready for Real Talk with Reese. She is here in the building, but he finna give us a hot, I don't know, 16, 24 home joint.
This is your time to shine.
We close it out here.
This is called The Spot. You know where y'all on the radio, y'all gotta be expecting.
I like that. This is The Spot. I appreciate you guys. We are closing out. We'll be here same time, same place next week. Check out ugdigital.com. We are back up. We are live. We're getting fresh content on there. We actually have a story coming with and by Reese over here. I'm like, I don't know if I need to be saying Sharice or Reese or what. Listen.
You know, when we together.
Exactly. So Reese got a story going up this weekend. Make sure you check that out, ugdigital.com. We will have Mr. 44 on there as well. So that's what else I was going to tell you is I'm going to get some stuff up on there about you on that website. I'll have you on the Entertainment Plug site as well. Cool. And we are good, man. I appreciate you. Go ahead and hit us with that, and we are out.
Speed it up, whatever you need me to do.
Speed it up, huh? So this is the joint you play for everybody who come here?
Unless somebody tell me to play something else. I made this beat.
Alright. Whatever joints you got, though.
Other joints?
Yeah, like hip hop.
Okay, let's see what I got.
Looks like I need to drop a poem on this beat.
Hey, you got a phone?
Say that for me.
Matter of fact, if you got any beat, just name it. I can make it an instrumental. Any beat, anything you want.
It doesn't matter. I just kind of wanted to leave with something like my old, like that
New York style?
Fly.
Oh man, I got something.
I had to leave with something. A little East Coast feel to it.
Quick side.
That's a dope track though. Tracks like that, I like to sit back with a pen and pad right to.
Yeah, I definitely got something in here. Oh yeah, if you want to get on it with me,
Yeah, for sure.
you know, I'm here for it. I'm gonna hit you with another one of the beats that I'm actually got on my album coming out right here. Okay. I'm gonna drop out the lyrics on it so we can rap on it.
I multiply my cheddar by using the language of math and hover over MCs like an alien craft. I'm on some next, yo. Wanna battle me? Bring it best, yo. And any legend MC can come and test, yo. Play on player. Cause singly, I'm a solo artist. I start this. Many say I'm heartless. I make MCs my number one favorite target. I'm the fever that they gave Scarlet. But regardless, I spit lyrics in sign language so you can't hear it. And all you shook MCs can only fear it. What the deal, yo? Got you standing stiff like a dildo. You checking for me? I'm in the field with the ill flow. But nevertheless, my style you can't contest. Don't want the best. I'm still digging in your chest. For the love of the game, I'm still engraving my name on the chest of the hardest rap artist. It's Mr. Fofo, OHIO. It is. Yeah.
That was
Appreciate
get on the Entertainment Plug.
I was scared. I was put this beat on. You was gonna murder that shit way better than I did. You know what I'm saying? And he brought it too. Definitely.
I'm glad she got full video. I put the camera up and you only had like 10 seconds left. But nah, that's cool, man.
I appreciate y'all.
Listen, I appreciate it. We good? We still on there?
Oh yeah, you're still there.
I need to say bye to the people again.
Oh yeah. No, we gonna run it back.
Look,
Get out here. Yeah.
Look, listen, thank y'all for tuning in, man. I appreciate everybody. As always, you know, we try to keep it hot in here. I appreciate Mr. 44 coming out. We will be back. You know, once again, we'll be back same time, same place next week. We'll be back here at 11 on the button next week. I'll hit y'all with our next week's guest, probably Monday or Tuesday. And look for Mr. 44 to hit ugdigital.com. And since I said it already, Buzzworthy is coming. Visual project. It's a real dope movie theater setting. It's going down. It's me and Reese. That's all I got for y'all right now.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we probably gonna have Ian's in there doing something. So,
Oh yeah. We'll be there.
oh man. So yeah, we can take these pictures real quick.
Roll out the track.
This ain't released yet.
I'm getting money, I ain't got no time to ask, girl. I might just have some time to hit you from the back, girl. You getting money, go ahead and match your bag, girl. I'm talking precedence, cause I've been on some other shit. Since I hopped off some other shit, the youngin' been in love with it. In the beat of that sputtering, still off to another lick. With green lights on a bugger with regretting I'm still running shit. Since I'm my own publicist, and shout out to my publicist, cause I know that I fuck with this. And my haters to suck it dick with the blade so they tuck it rip. They can't play till I'm done with it. Let them know when the curfew live. When they're hot on some perfume shit, I got them thinking what they whole life purpose is. And what the meaning of their life while they serving it. You dropping money on the whip while you swerving it. I guess whoever get hurt wasn't deserving shit. It's not violent, but I'm a murderer. So they go no conservative like it's dope on the curb with it. And it's fun like the first and fifth. Yeah, it comes with the thirst to it. When it's snaps to them purses rip, when it's raps to the curses in. You get on, be the first to switch. You get gone, be the first to snitch. You get hurt, be the first to bitch. You a song, I'm the first to diss. Don't hit you the first to miss. To them games with the government. To them mates that discoverment. You get paid with a fuck with it. To them boys get the running in. To them boys with a gun fist. When they niggas trying to take your shit. If you're low when you take that risk. No lights, what you make it big. Build a hole with them kind of bricks. I don't know what time it is. It's back when I was a kid. Bought me and some shit I done did. Thinking back like we all make mistakes. How you hating, did he all in my face? Running like